We are Starcatchers 12Y from the Potomac School, and we're competing in the VEX VRC High School Division at the US Open.
We're all in 9th grade. My name's Amelia, and I mostly drive and do some mechanical building.
My name is Kelsey, and I work on the engineering notebook and help with structural building.
I'm Harper, and I drive and do structural building.
I'm Sarah, and I program.
So one of the most difficult tasks when building our robot was partially that Sarah and I had never done robotics before, and all of us were new to VEX. So just like the learning process took a while for us to get used to.
Yeah, and in the beginning of the season, we wanted to build a catapult because we thought that was going to be the most effective design, and we shortly learned after that that was not the most effective design, so we had to rebuild the entire arm system, which, being new to VEX, took a lot longer than expected.
So one of the big strengths for our robot is our drive base. We have 6 motors on the drive base, and they all have motor encoders on them, which means that our autonomous works really well because we can always control exactly where our robot is driving on the field, and we're also a really fast team because of our 6 motors.
Okay, so our plan for this year was really just to get to know VEX and also qualify for states, but get to know each other as a team, know VEX, and we really feel like we accomplished this goal, and we have a good understanding of the program now.
And we ended up qualifying for states and doing really well.
So one way we can improve our robot, before we had a 6-bar arm system, which worked very well for us, but since now we're going to the US Open, we decided that we kind of wanted to change it up a little bit, have maybe a bit more fun, so we changed it to this 2-bar system you see here.
Which is going to improve our skill store just because of the speed of the arm.
And the directionality is changing. We originally had a front bar dump, and now we have a back dump. So basic introduction to our robot, we call our robot Vexy. She has a basic U-shaped chassis, and as Harper, Amelia, and Sarah mentioned before, we started off with a 2-bar catapult, then moved to a 6-bar lift, and now we're back to a 2-bar back dump. You can see she has 6 motors on the base, and we'll have 4 motors on the arms.
2 for each.
And one of the unique parts of our robot is a potentiometer we have on the back, which lets us select between our 4 different autonomous modes right up until the beginning of the match so that we can be most compatible with our alliance partner. And so we have 4 different autonomous modes that do completely different things to make sure that we never interfere with our alliance's autonomous.
Yeah, and right now it's set up for our previous 6-bar, and we had one that was the skills program. We had one that just went forward and got the stars off of the immediate fence, one that got the cue, and then one that got the stars in the back. And so we would be able to practice and change them easily depending on what our partner's program is.
We'd love to be able to show you some of that, but right now, since our arm isn't attached, we can't really show you anything at the moment. But
still in the middle of the redesign. Outside of robotics, but connected to it, we also all did 10 hours of robotics-based community service. Some examples of that are we all went to Art Fest in McLean, and Potomac School, our school set up a booth, and we taught younger kids about VEX IQ and how robots work and played with different pieces, and we did that for 6 hours. We also have volunteered in our IS robotics room, teaching them and mentoring them about the different parts of robotics and the transition into VEX. We also presented at GIT, which stands for Girls in Technology, for their Mentor Protege program, which Harper, Amelia, and I are actually also proteges for. And our school also presents to the entire upper school during assemblies frequently, and Potomac, our whole robotics team, not just 12Y, presented to the whole school about the process of robotics and how it works.
Okay, so in our engineering journal, when we were originally going to rebuild this robot for US Open, we created a system of all the different possibilities we could have with wheels, arm, base, gearing, claw scoop, and the hang. And so from that, we created a list of pros and cons, and then also different pairings of these combinations to see which one we think would be the most efficient for the competition.
And then outside of school, we all do a bunch of different activities. So I'm a competitive diver, and I also play softball.
I play lacrosse and soccer for school, and I'm very involved in the musical and singing.
I play softball and volleyball for school.
And I play field hockey and softball for school.
We can't wait to meet you at the US Open, and we're super excited. Thanks for watching our video.
Thank you.
Thank you.